What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trav2323. Today I'm going to be working on my standpipe drain. I'm just going to be repairing it. I'm not going to be replacing it. Okay, this is what a standpipe is right here. This is the sewer going into the ground right there. That goes underground with the Chicago sewer line. Now what a standpipe is, if you have, see how the stairs go up? They go up, so if water comes down here, it goes into the sewer line right there. So normally you don't want that covered up. Okay, Chicago, this is a whole different story. Ages ago they did a deep tunnel project where there's a deeper tunnel now that all the drains connect to, and it goes all the way over to a quarry. But so when you have these on right here, no water can go down. But ages ago, many moons ago, before the deep tunnel project, if the sewers would overfill, water, if you didn't have your standpipe on, would come up through the ground and back up into your Chicago basement. Okay, so that's what the standpipes are for. Now this one actually broke out of here also. You see, there's no screw, that just gets twisted and turned in there. Okay, now this one right here broke out where I put this PVC piece in, and all this is a reducer piece, and this is hydraulic cement. I put this in the ground, I scuffed it in, and there's hydraulic cement. So that one right there is there's a video on it on the internet. I don't know, I'll probably try to link it here. So that one's in there already, and that's good, that's not moving. Okay, I'm gonna show you where my other standpipe is. There's one for where the boiler's at. You're not gonna be able to see it too well, but these are inside the house now. And there, our boiler, we got an old boiler. This is Chicago boiler, and there's a standpipe going into the ground right there. That is the original standpipe that came with the house, and the pipe, the PVC, is screwed into the ground. More than likely didn't come with the house, but at some point somebody replaced it. And why this is here, because that's the boiler overflow. So if there's too much pressure in the boiler flow, it shoots to right here. Now let me show you today's project, what I'm working on in the basement. In the basements, I prefer to have the standpipes on because you don't want anything coming up into your basement. Now there's the basement standpipe, and at one point many moons ago, you see this right here, this was repaired. Okay, this actually broken out of the ground. This plastic piece, this original piece, broken out of the ground. So I got a rubber boot around it, gripping it together, and I cemented and caulked that rubber boot in. Now we're probably talking about 20 years ago. Now recently this happened. Let me show you. It's cracked, you see? It's cracked in here. So even if I screw a standpipe in, which is an 1.5 inches, up through here, the water still leaks in a little bit. Now I tried putting plumber's putty on it. You see, that's all plumber's putty, but it still leaks through here to come in. So what I've done for meanwhile, because I don't want to break this out, and Saturday is supposed to storm, so for meanwhile, this is a reducer. I got to take this off. The reducer actually goes into here. Okay, this is an 1.25 inch reducer, and that's an 1.5 inch fit in. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see. That's how stretched out that is right there. Okay, so I know the pipe is gonna go snug into this, and then this right here will screw on snug. Let me get that. This will screw on snug into the standpipe right here, which is going to be on right here. Now you're thinking, well, that's a little bit loose though. Oh, see, it fits in really good right there. Okay, after I get this in and this is fused into here, I'm actually going to cut this off right here with a vibrating saw, so it just has new treads right here. But it fits in good like that if it's all the way in. But let me show you the trick I'm going to do. Let me make sure I can see you in here. So I got the rubber cement, clear PVC cement, and this right here is the cleaner for it. God, I have to get a pipe wrench to get this off. Be right back. Okay, I got you in the picture. Now this is the cleaner and this is the cement. So I'm actually going to put this all over. As far down as I could get it. I'm going to put this all over the cracks, all over everything. Now you see how this is below ground? If I get these treads in there really good, I could actually leave that on there and hydraulic cement this whole thing in here, and it'll stop leaking all the way. Gotta clean that out really good, hydraulic cement it really good, and it'll be below the water line on the inside, so that'll be really good. So see, you got some cleaner in here. I'm being really liberal with this. I want it dripping down into everything. Now this is the piece de resistance. This is the cement. This is the actual glue. So I'm gonna put this all over the place. And this right here, when it touches that purple, it fuses together really fast. So I'm just gonna goo god this all over the place. All over the place, because I want this all to fuse together really good. Okay. Then you're gonna push this on and hold this in place. Put it a little bit turn and hold that in place. Okay, now what I'm gonna do on the top part of it is more goo gobs of this. More goo gobs of this and more goo gobs of this on the top part to fuse the whole plastic piece together. This is right here is rubber cement right here. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a long while. Oh man, I gotta get something to wipe that out. I don't want it to fuse inside there. So let me grab a rag or something. I don't want that in the treads because I'm gonna need the treads. My hand unglued to it. I'm holding it in place, pushing the pressure and holding it in place now. Okay. Now that's in place really good. Okay, so I'm actually gonna let that dry. Normally you could just keep going from there, but since I goo gabbed it on so much, I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. Okay, well I have everything out anyways. I'm gonna be getting this piece ready right here. This is where I nailed on something. This is gonna go on. So since I have it all out, I'm gonna be getting this piece ready right here. So all you do for PVC is push that on. Whatever you get this purple on, it's gonna stain. So try not to get it on anything that you don't want to stain. Whatever you get this on is gonna stain that. Then you get the cement. This is PVC cement. Put it on that pretty good. Then you put it on the inside of this pretty good. Well, here's the trick. You got to give it about a quarter turn. When you're putting it on, you put pressure in it and give it about a quarter turn, and then you hold it in place for maybe 30 seconds. If you don't put pressure on it, believe me or not, it'll try to come apart. Okay, that's good to go. Close these up really good. You don't want to get air in them. Now let me show you this inside of the drain right here, which I'm gonna let dry a while. See this right here? What this did is it gave new treads on the inside right there. So there's new treads going down into this that's fused to the other PVC, and it's solid. Now this is actually below the basement line. This is the basement line right here. Technically I could put hydraulic compound all in here, and if I put hydraulic cement, it'll dry really fast, and then this will be below here anyway, so it could drain down in there. So I might do that at a later date. I just know it's supposed to storm this weekend, so I wanted to get this prepared. So right now I'm gonna let this dry, even possibly overnight, and then I'll go ahead and just screw this 1/4 inch. I went from 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch, but this is just a drain, and this is Chicago standpipe, and since this is below the basement line anyways, if you have time, hydraulic cement, it dries really fast. I got a video on that. It's hard and it dries really fast. I can actually rubber cement this going down to this right here, and this will still be below grade. So I'm anticipating, as long as this fuse is fine, I'm just going to use a vibrating saw and cut the top of it off with a vibrating saw, and this way I just got new treads in there. All right. Thinking about it after the fact, I do have a lot of stuff around the house. So I do have the extra PVC cement and the extra PVC cleaner and all that. I did pick up the reducer for it and all that. But you know what else I could have done? I could have, with that reducer, I could have epoxied it. You know those epoxy tubes? They have it for plastic. If you would have epoxied, put a big goo gap of epoxy around the threads and screwed it in place, I think for temporary that would have been pretty good also. I'm talking about before breaking out the concrete and doing that. You could epoxy that all the way around, got goo gaps all the way around the fittings and around the cracks in the plastic piece, and you could put it in there. And another thing I swear by, if this doesn't fuse all the way around it, I swear by this, is JB Weld for waterproof. Let me show you where. See, the crack is right there. There's a crack right there, and then when I found out there's another crack right here in the bottom. So if that doesn't work, what you could do is you have to knead the JB Weld. But if you knead the JB Weld really good, and you just put it around the cracks and push it in there with your finger, push it in there, the JB Weld will really waterproof. That JB Weld works really good. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing another video on JB Weld. But this right here is fixing that, replacing that, temporarily replacing that, because we're expecting a storm here Saturday, and I don't have the time to break out the whole standpipe. I do got a video up there of how I did fix this other standpipe, so look for that one also. But this is just a quick repair on this standpipe to wither this storm. Then this summer I'll fix this one right. Alright, so this is the pipe that's fused together, and this is what's actually going to screw into that. Now this, there's no way of getting that off. You would have to cut that off, and this fitting wouldn't be any good, because, you know, they fit real nice and snug. Now that was looser, you know, it wasn't a tight fit because of the crack in it. That's why I put a lot of rubber cement in it. So that one I'm going to let sit dry. But where the crack was, there was so much rubber cement, it appeared to have filled in the crack. That's what I'm going for. Like I said, if this one still leaks, I am going to put JB Weld, knead it together really good, and put JB Weld in wherever the cracks are. And then when I have time, I'll go ahead and get it. But that right there is going to be tight enough where I could screw this in and stand that up. And your standpipe has to be as high as the ground is outside, because if the pressure builds up, if the sewer lines do back up, you don't want anything coming up through these standpipes, which they used to before. But since the deep tunnel project in Chicago, if you look it up, they don't do it anymore. Alright, either way. Alright, just finishing up this video so I can put it online. This right here is standing the standpipe. I do got to cut the standpipe down because it is entirely too high. And the higher you have the standpipe, the more weight you're going to be putting on it. So this high is about even with the ground. So this is where I got to cut it at. But if I'm unscrewing it, you see that piece isn't moving. So that's a good sign. Do I think it's in there solid? I really don't think it's solid enough. I think I am going to actually use a JB Weld after all. Now it is in there, and I am able to turn it. Actually, I'm turning it pretty good. So I would venture to say actually it's turning it pretty good. In my predicament, it's one step in the puzzle. I think I should vacuum it out, because you see there's still a crack right there. Still a little crack right there. And there was a crack on this side also. Okay, so I did put goo gobs of cement in there. And so it is holding it in place. It is stuck in place and everything. But I think if I put JB Weld in here really good and JB Weld around the crack, I think at that point I'm good to go, and it'll be a long-term solution. Right now, I think this is a short-term solution, and we had the deep tunnel project in Chicago, so I think I'm good that it's not going to flood the basement. But I do think through there, I might get a little bit of drips through there if it floods as bad as it should. So then this should be all vacuumed out. This is actually plumber's putty right here. This should be vacuumed out, and then JB Weld could get jammed back in there. Now I'm going to do another video on JB Weld, because JB Weld actually saved me a whole lot. It's waterproof. It's an epoxy that you mix up. If you put it on your hands, it smells. If you wear rubber gloves, it sticks to the rubber gloves. But for right now, I'm probably just going to cut this down right here, and just to get the extra weight off the top. And this is considered good for right now. Not the best ever, but you know me, I'm Rob, jack of all trades, master of none. I'm just trying to get Alright, looking for my scissors to cut PVC. These are awesome, amazing. If you're going to look for, do some cuts, these right here come in for certain sizes, so I can already use this. But I found the JB water weld that I had, and see, still works on fiberglass, PVC, copper, brass, aluminum. I get JB weld and JB water weld. This is a good thing to have at your house because it does work really good. So if I vacuum this all out really good, this right here will actually seal any water trying to come through that. Now with the basement right here, we really don't use it for much other than, let me show you, this is going to be my video of cleaning up my pile of everything. Bam! That's my vacation this week from work. I'm supposed to be clearing that out, but this was leaking, so I had to do this. So with the water weld, basically you cut yourself a little piece that you need it together, and you just put it in there. Am I going to do that right now? No. But what I was going to show you is how good these work right here. So you find the level that you need. And you shouldn't actually have it. You shouldn't actually have... let me open it all the way up more. You shouldn't actually have it on the piece that you're going to cut. But all you got like a ratchet in here. And I think I'm going to need two hands. Let me take it off real fast. Down on the floor right here, and it's like got a ratchet that you could actually stand this up. I need two hands. Okay, like that. Stand it up like that. Oh man, am I getting that weak in my old age? Man, I don't believe how hard this is. When I was younger, this used to be so easy. Sorry, I really didn't remember how hard that was. I'm just gonna use my damn chop saw. But either way, I cut that so then this way it takes less weight off the top of it. Then you screw it in place. That actually is, man, that is in there really good. That actually did fuse in there really good. I'm just worried about the cracks on the little outside. So I'll go ahead and water weld it at some other point. I just wanted to finish up the video so I get to you guys. Alright, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share.